Hi friends, MD Vegan. On my gentle juice fasting day, that is one day a week, I only drink and maybe juices, plant milks, or water, tea, coffee, whatever. It has to be without fiber, that means it's filtered. A smoothie is with fiber. You take the whole fruit or the vegetable, you blend it up, you drink it. That is with fiber, the whole fruit. A juice, as opposed to a smoothie, is you do the same thing basically. You blend everything, but then you filter. You filter everything through a nutmilk bag, for example, and then you have the fiber out. That what you cannot digest, that what the digestion has to work on in the intestine, that you filter out. That means basically you take the fiber out, you drink juices only or other drinks like that, you put the digestion to rest, and that is very pleasant, because then all the energy from what you take in goes directly into the bloodstream, and you can use all the energy for cleansing inside, for self-reflection. You feel more, things come up in your memory that have been forgotten but are still there. Then think about it. Or you be creative because you're more sensitive and you can have more ideas all of a sudden. A wonderful day. On these, I'm looking forward to that now, and I do it every week. And it's like a habit now, and it allows me really tune into the rhythm of nature, especially when I use the fasting days that are best for fasting, moon days, moon fasting days, full moon, new moon, and 11 days after each. I have 4 days. Then I have the moon fasting. You can also do regular fasting without moon days, but moon fasting is the next level if you want to. But first, I was happy to make it to this rhythm of every week, one day. It goes on for years and years, and it's easy. The gentle juice fasting makes it easy. That means no pressure, non-violence against myself. And if I have a little problem, like for a headache or something, in fasting, use cleansing, then something, the toxins can go into the bloodstream and make a headache, for example, then I slow it down and I eat a little bit. It's not a big deal. It's more important to feel great than to put pressure and have more cleansing, because when the cleansing is painful, the energy flow is stopped, and then the inner healing is stopped. I want the inner healing. The cleansing is one aspect of it only. Most important is the inner healing. And that's best if you feel great. Then the body supports fully the inner healing. So that is why gentle is so important to keep it up over a long time, because if you have always great fun doing it and feel delighted, then you can do it every time, and I'm looking forward to it. If it would be heavy and I would say, oh, I have to fast again, oh, that is not a good thing to do it over a long time, not a good perspective. So, and why I do it this way now, the gentle juice fasting, if you want to know more about it, you can also go to Facebook, Tree Yoga Moon Fasting. That is a Facebook page. We and a friend of mine, we did that, and you can go there and find a new recipe every week from myself, and others are there too. I don't know, not a big page, but not a large page, but yeah, I'll be there once a week. So today I make a new nut milk. It's also good for fasting. I filter it through a nut milk bag, and you have the same effect. You have a little bit more fat. Nuts are fatty, have more fat, and that is of course more calories. So it is like a dessert on a fasting day. Usually I drink juices, and maybe at night here and then nut milk. And it's the same with the juices. You can I get to know the ingredients, the nuts. There are so many nuts, so many seeds, and all have different flavors, different ingredients, different benefits, and they play with each other in different ways. Today I make a cacao, Brazil nut milk, with hemp seeds too, so I have a pretty complex flavor here. and I'll see what it is like. So I know for sure that hemp seeds have a very healthy fat, a very important fat. Omega-3 fatty acid is what we need as natural acid. Definitely we need that every day. So that is one good thing for the hemp seed. And then there's a Brazil nuts here. I throw you both. These are hulled hemp. Half a cup maybe, and a cup of Brazil nuts. And they have selenium. That is also a rare mineral in food. We need that too. And sometimes I have a craving for Brazil nuts, and then almost certainly I understand, okay, my body needs some selenium. That's not so often in other foods. So yeah, it's good once in a while. And in general, to add a variety of different ingredients to the diet is nice. It's also healthier. Science understands more and more the importance of food synergy. So a great biodiversity. Not only in nature is it important, also in our food, biodiversity, different kinds of foods. Over a long time, not in one meal of course. Over a long time you add more and more ingredients, and that's good. That's good for our body and for our mind, for our health. So, also for the taste buds, because you taste more different flavors and more variety. So, little aspect. So now I make my juice on my nut milk. I have a blender here. I don't need the juicer today, because I make a nut milk in a blender. And I put my cup of Brazil nuts in there, and a half cup of hemp, hulled hemp, and some dates to make it sweet. I have 7, 8, 9 dates that are the different size. Yeah, these are the medium size to small. Pitted, of course, I put them in. And I have 2 tablespoons of cacao powder. It is a cacao, hemp, Brazil nut milk, or hemp, Brazil cacao, as you want. It depends on how you want to express it. And tablespoon or so, not too much, of cinnamon. That's a nice ingredient for cacao. And then a liter of water. So this would be a pretty thick cacao. You can make it thinner or thicker. You have 1 cup of nuts or seeds. You have a medium thick, 2 cups. We have a thick and creamy cacao. Less nuts, you have a less thick and less creamy. Lighter, as you like. It's all up to you. How many nuts you want to put in there, how many nuts and seeds. You can make it very weak and very strong. That really is up to you what you like. I will now blend that up for a minute or so, I think, and then I will filter. I'll show you in a moment. Blender dance. With a nice blender, you can make wonderful nut milks. If you don't have a power blender like this one, then you might want to soak the nuts overnight before. Then it is easier to blend. With a power blender, it's very easy. You don't need to soak or so. Very easy to blend it quickly. So now, I think it's all done, but I only need now to filter it through the nut milk bag to get rid of the fiber. That makes it good for fasting. Nut milk bag is easy to get, maybe $10 or so, and then I just pour it through the nut milk bag. Careful not to spill anything. Hold it firm here, hold it tight, and then carefully to fill in the nut milk in through the bag. And I have a big bowl here to catch the nut milk. And now I milk my nuts. That's what they call it. I put it together here, and here is like the nut milk bag with the nut milk inside, with the fiber. And if I milk it now like this, you see, I just squeeze it. I keep the nut milk bag as large as I can and only hold it together on the upside here in the top, and then I squeeze it. And the larger the bag is, the easier it is to press the milk through the bag, the fine pores, keep the fibers inside and get the milk outside so that I can enjoy without the fiber. That's the good way I found of doing it, to let the bag big. I need some time now because the very fine pores in the nutmilk bag, that's good because a lot of fibers stay out. So it's easier for me, lighter. And but as it takes some time, I will come back in a moment and show you what it looks like and how it tastes. I will taste it in front of you. But now I need some more time, and you don't need to watch me all the time. Just do it in private, and I come back in a moment. It's done. See you in a moment. I got a liter of, now let's see, hemp, Brazil, cacao. Hemp, Brazil, not cacao. Okay, that's the name I would write on my YouTube channel. Because I want to always have the main ingredients in the title, so people can find my videos on my channel. I have thousands of recipes now there after years and years and years. So if you just if you search YouTube for MD Vegan, let's say Brazil nut, cacao or so, then you get all the videos that I have with these ingredients, when it's a main ingredient. So let's see. Looks nice, has a nice color, yeah. That's the first thing, and then it's a light texture. It's filtered, of course. It's not heavy, not a lot of thickness. That is also nice. I like that. Good for fasting. And it's very nice with the plant milks when you filter them like this way. It's a nice drink at night. It's a pleasure. It gives you a little comfort, and at the same time, it has a little more calories. That is soothing too. Yeah. Fasting is mainly the reduction of calories in a day that you eat. By this, you change the metabolism in the system. The energy is produced in a different way. You begin to produce the body begins to produce certain products that it doesn't produce when you eat normally. You burn your own fat and the toxins and so on. That is a different story. And if you have more calories and you break it down, you slow it down, and it gets easier. And it's always nice to have a little comfort on a fasting day, because over time it gets more and more deep. Yeah? Deeper and deeper you go into these levels. Ayurveda, for example, it's an ancient Indian science, or art and science, whatever you want to call it, not in a Western sense of Western experimental science. It's a completely different story than the ancient traditional sciences, arts and sciences, where always the individual person is the focus. In Western science, we have always, usually, a large number of individuals that are under observation, and then they take the results from the average. It's a different process than looking at each individual, and that is the ancient approach. It didn't have these technical and mathematical tools we have today, but it's a different perspective, and they teach, for example, about the levels we go through. For example, when healing, you cannot just heal anything you want at any time in your body and mind. For some things you want to heal, you have to heal other things first. You have like an onion, has different layers. You peel the layers from outside in. That's also in our Western culture, is that a common expression from the 19th century, these layers of personality that you go deeper and deeper into. And in the ancient culture in Asia, they have knowledge of that that's a little bit more elaborate, and we can learn from that. It's a different story than the Western story, and it's also interesting. And for example, if you want to heal yourself, then you have to go through these layers, as they say. And when you do something over a longer time, like the gentle juice fast, you can do it over a longer time, years and years, you go deeper and deeper and find more and more things you couldn't see before. But for that you need a systematic approach. You have to go every week for years and years and so. And then you get there. It's what I'm doing. Yeah. Okay, I will taste it now, because that's what is most important now. Is it nice? Tastes it nice? Does it taste nicely? So, does it taste nice? I will taste it. It's a nice texture, as I said. Now, exciting. Yeah. Light. Great. I'll show you what it looks like. Very gentle flavor. It's not heavy. That's good for a cacao, for a pleasant nut milk. Good thing. And this it has this Brazil nut flavor. Very special flavor. It's nice to sweeten a little bit, to have a little cacao to it. It's a nice new flavor. You know, with the nut milks, plant milks, we can do many, many things. We can also make smoothies with it, putting other ingredients to it, and give it a nice flavor and a creaminess. We can make cakes and puddings and so. We are just beginning to explore plant milks. There's such a variety of plant milks, and now from today we live in the European Union here in Berlin, Germany. And today we heard that the highest court in Europe has stopped a ban that was planned by the agriculture industry. They tried to ban dairy names for non-dairy products. So people said oat milk, for example, was not allowed anymore. They wanted to have that. To push back the vegan movement. But today in the highest court, they said no to that ban. You can use the word milk for plant milks. So isn't that great? I mean, it's not a big thing, but it shows that the people really, it was a big petition. More than 500,000 people signed a letter to the EU and said, hey, we don't understand what that craziness. And so people were successful because more and more understand how important vegan. I think a year ago or so, that would have been unlikely. A lot of things are happening right now. The vegan movement is on the run, and we are not stoppable, right? And the plant milks are a good thing because you can do so many things with plant milks, many more than with dairy. How many dairy milks do we have? How many are there? And how many plant milks there are as compared to that? It's far more. The story is just beginning, I tell you. Here now I show you what it looks like. And we don't know the flavors of all these things, yeah? Plant milks are such a variety. We only begin to explore. Look at that. Beautiful, right? It's a small thing only to make a video with a plant milk, with a new plant milk. But I use this knowledge also in other recipes. There's so much we can do. It's fun. It's fun. For me, veganism is something very positive. I don't say now I can't eat this and that. That never occurred to me. I see the variety. Now it's really actually what I do in my life as a vegan. I eat many, many more ingredients than before, ever before. I would have never made a plant milk before. Yeah. And my mom, she had no idea of these things. I let her know. Now and then. Yeah. Okay, I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. You can make your own plant milks, and to your recipes I tried a little bit to be an inspiration for you. Whoever wants to watch, I will always happy and welcome on my channel. You can like this video, and if you like it, subscribe to MD Vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day. And find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest and Twitter too. See you then.